Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria. Welcome to the weekly reading. This is the reading for the week of February 3rd, 2025. Let's see what advice, guidance, God, Spirit, the universe has for us for this week. So I am using, for this week's reading, Life is Like a Board Game Tarot. Because there's still that feeling like stuff is up in the air and a lot is unknown, and sometimes we do have to play life like a board game. We got to roll the dice and see what to do next. So I thought that would be a good deck to use for this week. And then I also pulled the community chess cards out of an actual Monopoly game, and that will be sort of like the bibliomancy part of the reading. All right, one more shuffle here. All right, the week of February 3rd, 2025. Okay. All right. So the first card we get, and I'm doing my mini cross reading as I have been, is the card that represents us or the viewer this week, and we get Justice. So we have a police hat right here to represent justice. This can be personal, this can be broader in the community, but as the first card, which to me is the strongest card in the spread, something that we're hoping would come to justice, or us feeling like, okay, things are a little bit more fair now, maybe not totally, is coming this week. So some sort of justice or sense of things, coming to that fairness, to balance. And with that, each of us individually feeling like we are being seen, like our weight, I'm thinking the scales, our weight is being considered now, comes in this week. Now, if you've been dealing with something like a legal matter or something that has to do with justice or politics or, maybe the police, this is a good sign that things are starting to, I'll say balance out, but I want to say also paying attention to you and your side. Okay, but in general, there's, our weight is being considered. Okay, now the card that lays across us as the Justice card, we get Messenger of Acting First and Thinking Later. So this is the Knight of Wands. Okay. What's surrounding us? What is around us? Messenger of acting first and thinking later. So that's a little bit of, acting first and thinking later. Potentially like something getting messed up. Someone, I want to say the phrase jumping the gun, stepping ahead, not thinking of what they're doing, the consequences of what they're doing, or even why they are doing whatever it is they're doing, right? And this surrounds us. So in our environment, potentially our blockage as well, something that's in our way happens. And it does feel like it's not us, it's not something we're doing directly, right? Because it's outside of us. It doesn't even necessarily feel like it's someone we know, though it could play out that way, right? It's a general reading. But it does feel more something happens in our family, at our workplace, whatever area of life this is addressing, in our community, potentially in the world at large, where someone acts too quickly and doesn't think. And it could be a pattern of someone, because Knight of Wands, like this does feel like someone who's typically just says things, sounds good, off the cuff, does something. This is their pattern. It's not unusual. And somehow because of that, and I want to say because of this person's behavior, it has blocked us, but I do feel like it actually, whatever they say or do this week, or the results of something they've said and done that comes about this week, we are then acknowledged, our weight is considered, and a sense of fairness and justice comes to us. Okay. It's very complicated messages coming through, but I think that's the gist of what I'm sensing. Okay. Crowning the reading in the mind position. I didn't expect this deck to come through with such complex messages. Okay. In the mind position, we have Watch Me Work Avenue, right? So this is Monopoly theme. Watch Me Work Avenue, and it's the 8 of Pentacles. So above us, in our mind, what we are thinking may be coming into this week, but as we experience this week, we're like, okay, this is what I need to do. You, maybe specifically this person, but other people, watch me work. I'm being seen, my weight is being considered, my side is now being viewed and understood, right? Whatever this justice energy is for each of us. And it could just be who I am is being acknowledged. Now watch me work. See what I can do. See what I do. See what I am capable of, and I am doing it. Like determination here. Okay, very empowering energy. It wasn't last week like we had the 7 of Wands and we needed to step up. We will continue to be stepping up here, right? Watch me work. This is what I can do. Just see me. Okay, so below in the physical realm, also energy we're coming up out of, we have something shady way, and it's the 7 of Swords. Yeah, so remember, we're justice, below us. Something shady has happened in the past that limited us from being acknowledged or seen, or we were viewed wrongly, right? In some capacity. This Knight of Wands is probably the shady doer, but it could, depending on your life circumstances, could be more person. They're making a bigger mistake. They're acting more rashly, or they do something rash, which I feel is a usual pattern. It continues on this week, but it clears the way for justice for us. And then that's like so empowering. We're like, okay, see what I can do. There's a little bit of like, see, I was right, but don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. Stay humble. Okay. In the past position, so last week, weeks past, even longer, depending on what this is for you, we have development of news and enthusiasm, Page of Wands. So things have been brewing. It's been brewing. This moment of justice, and again, I feel like it's not all of it this week, but we are our weight is being considered. We are being seen. It has been brewing. Okay. Now the future card, we have another major arcana here. And we get Judgment. So it's always interesting when justice and judgment come up, because when they're there together, it's very similar energy from this sense of justice that's coming through. I do want to say it wakes people up. It wakes people up, whoever that is, right? Your workplace, your home life, your community, etc. It wakes people up. This is a bullhorn. It may shock some people, but not us. Maybe maybe a bit us. Maybe how much it will shock us. But it wakes people up. Huge wake-up call coming this week. Yeah. And we're not the one making the wake-up call. The circumstances allow us to show people. And that is part of the surprise. Does that make sense? See what happens. Let me know. Let me know how this plays out for you this week. Okay, so now let's do our little card from the community chest from an actual Monopoly deck. I feel like when I was a kid, there were so many more of these. Okay. Maybe they were just duplicates. Okay, doctor's fee, pay $50. Doctor's fee, pay $50. But he looks happy. So something is healing. Something is getting healed this week. We do have this card, Watch Me Work Avenue, 8 of Pentacles. You know, we still have to work for things. But I want to say, in a good way, our egos are feeling it's been worth it. Our egos are feeling healed. People are waking up. Okay, it feels somewhat cryptic. That is our weekly reading for this week of February 3rd, 2025. Do let me know how this plays out for you. Complex, somewhat cryptic, but powerful reading. In the comments below. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I'll see you back next week.